Hey everyone, welcome back to Get Ready To. Today, finally, we have the show that I think a lot of people have been anticipating for. It's the Tom DeLonge Rig Rundown. So let's take a look. So we have Justin, who is Tom DeLonge's guitar tech, as I'm sure most of you already know. So Justin, maybe let's take a look at some of the guitars that Tom has been using.
Absolutely. A lot of the information, is already out there. I know Thrasher's talked to you guys a lot. So,
Yeah.
Starcaster body with
moving along.
an old, oversized Strat neck.
Yeah.
Roasted maple, rosewood fingerboard, 12-inch radius on all of them. Got your C-board that picked up. And I think this was one of the first four shell pink, even though it doesn't really look like that right now.
It's faded over.
It's faded over time quite a lot, even just in the last 2 years.
Yeah, the shell pink is very different than the other shell pinks.
Yeah.
It was the letter color they used in the shop.
But this was the first one that he sent me, and eventually, one day later, all the stickers were all over it. And I think it's
some
kind
doodles
of
too.
Yeah, some doodles.
Some doodles.
You can see there's a lot of wear and tear here from sweating.
Yeah.
I love right here from the mark of the pick. All the stickers are starting to get distressed.
You can see like how it's faded.
Yeah, it's we talked about like maybe we should redo some of it. He was like, no, let's just let it
Looks good.
fade away.
So this is his go-to one, right? This is his like main.
This is the main guitar for stamp. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which typically we'll start with feeling this.
Yeah.
So this won't be the show starter, but this is definitely the thing that gets the majority of the songs.
Use the most. Yes. So do you have nicknames for kind of them?
Some of them have nicknames. Yes. This one's Milo.
Yeah.
Classic Descendants reference.
Yep. Yeah.
But yeah, this one we love. I do think it's kind of like the homage to his original 335.
Yeah.
With what he's done with the stickers and
Kind of everything
stuff
with,
like that.
Yeah. So for a lot of people that, because obviously Fender made their own production volume, these things. How much do they differ? Do they differ really at all compared to what you could go to a Guitar Center and kind of buy?
I do think they differ quite a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just general. It's like the same build quality differences that you would get from an American-made guitar versus I think it's a Korean.
Indonesia.
Yeah. What I find most different is the neck. The neck feels a lot different.
Yes.
Yeah. It's finished on the back.
Yeah.
Which I don't love personally. I feel like it gets a little sticky.
Yeah.
And then some of the hardware is just a little cheaper than what Thrasher would make. Yeah. So
for the
but they're still great. We have a handful of them that sometimes get used for rehearsal.
Yeah.
And with just the right amount of love, like you can get them to be great.
Yeah.
This one I affectionately call Plaid Pantry.
Plaid Pantry.
Yeah.
Love it.
Like the bodegas in the Northwest. Again, all of these guitars are going to have the same specs. So there's not really a lot to talk about.
There's the tuning there, right?
Yeah, so this one, and you'll see if you take a look at your ball, each guitar has a redundant backup.
Yeah.
This one gets the most stage time because there are the most songs in standard tuning. But all of them have essentially a spare, so that if he breaks a string, if the guitar stops working, I have something that I can run out.
Yeah.
For an oh shit moment.
Yeah.
But there's so many long blocks of standard tuning songs that I'll swap him out just to get kind of a fresh tune.
Yeah. So when would this come out typically? Like what song did you typically pull this one out for?
Well, it changes depending on what the set list looks like. But typically, I don't need to do it until last part of the set.
Okay. Yeah.
You know,
Right now, because it's so it's beside it.
And it's cool for this one too, because this one has like the matching headstock to it, right?
yeah, this is the only one too that's going to have the matching headstock, which is kind of nice. Also, the only one that doesn't have the inlays.
Is it? Oh yeah.
But sort of like after the I Miss You or Down block, which tends to be sort of in the middle of the set, the last half of the set list is all the hits, Eminem's, Anthem. And so in order to break that up, to keep him sort of
change it
nicely tuned, we'll switch out. You know.
Too close. All right, on to the next one on hand.
This is his main guitar for D sharp standard, so half step down. Some of the songs we've lowered the tuning to make it kind of easier for the guys. Some of them were just written in that key. So this is his main for Bored to Death.
What are we time for paying?
It's just adapted for Death. Etching's a big one. Yeah. So that's where you'll see this the most.
Originally, it was just the UFO.
Yeah, it was just the UFO, and this glows in the dark. But we thought it looked a little unfair, and so Jeff and I held it up to a projection, and he traced the outline here with Sharpie.
Well, that's always okay.
Yeah, it was done in a funny way. And then our photographer, Daniel Rojas, actually used a paint pen and filled it all out.
So I just don't mind this color.
So it's pretty cool if you want to get a closer shot at it. It's all starting to flake away and fall apart. It looks really cool from a distance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
70 short square, which is great.
This is one of my favorite guitars.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if it's because that particular tuning is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
But I love playing this guitar. This is the spare
something onto the top.
for the D sharp standard tuning. However, we did use this for Adam's song at the beginning of the tour. So that song was recorded, I think, in D standard, but then we dropped it to C sharp.
Quite a while, and then he did.
And so this thing, when we got the baritones, which you see a little bit, this sort of jumped ship to D standard.
So you're saying, so you did some of the burnings, right? Like that are.
Yeah, so all the burning stuff started with the Angels and Airwaves guitars, which was a really insane thing. It was the first time he asked me to burn them.
Okay, you can come out and do the guitar check on this guy.
You just have a torch ready to go.
Yeah, he had like a whole little weird.
And that's it, eh?
Yeah, this one's pretty cool. I love it. Gaff tape, because we only use the finest material. This one doesn't see a lot of stage time.
I guess not anymore since the baritone. So with the scale note that this one already has, do you notice a big difference when you do the D sharp or C sharp?
It did not like being in C sharp.
Okay.
So there was some intonation issues that I needed to sort of figure out a fix for, which is why we opted to have Thrasher build us the baritone for the longer scale, because it definitely just handles those lower tunings a lot better.
Yeah. This one doesn't get too much stage time, I guess.
No, because it's just fair to those, and so there's only a couple songs in that tuning anyways. And as long as I do my job right, I don't have to bring it out.
Yeah, exactly. Does this one have a name?
Not really. No, not really.
It's Fairchild.
Not yet. He did write some pretty funny equations,
So is it just he just gets bored? You say, here's a Sharpie.
I wouldn't even say bored. I think he just, if he's got a Sharpie in his hand, he just starts doodling or writing things like you'll see in read.
Yeah.
This is his main drop D capo tune. It's only used on one song.
He's feeling
this. It's Mystic Aztec Gold, I think is there.
Yeah.
I love it. At the beginning, I think Thrasher said that of the original 4, this one was his favorite.
Yeah.
And you know, for what we normally do to them, Tom kind of showed a little restraint and didn't do a lot of modifications.
Just a little writing.
Yeah. And you know, from far away, I think a lot of people think it's actually a two-tone white paint, but it is, again, just gap paint.
Yeah. So this was one of the original four. So it's cool. You still have the gold and the shell paint for the original four. That's super cool. Yeah.
Oh, and you'll see there's the surf green ones in here too, but we almost never use it. And then the Olympic white one is with the knee guitars.
Nice. So this is just tuned down to drop D, cable on the second.
Cable on the second fret, yeah.
Good to go.
I call this one gold member.
Gold member. Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Love it. That's awesome.
I guess.
I love how all of them have it like this. Looks.
Yeah. This is by far my favorite.
Let's go to the original.
Yeah.
Chocolate.
I was hoping that the production models they came out with,
It's kind of like
lighter
champagne
yeah,
color, I think.
a little bit different. Yeah, this is definitely more gold member.
Our good friend Dan Larson got a hold of the body. Our good friends at Fender sent him a blank body, and he drew all over it for us. It's actually for sure the most legitimate piece that we have because it's actually done by a real artist, and it's finished. It's not just Sharpie and everything like that. It has a matte finish, which I actually really love. This one I just call Sam.
Yeah.
You know, hats off to Sam.
Yep. When you guys got it, did it phase originally and then or anything, or is it just with that finished on it, it's good to go?
Yep. It's just exactly, it hasn't faded, it hasn't tarnished. It's exactly the same as when we got it. It is his main standard capo second fret guitar. So this thing here, Going Away to College, I Miss You, Down.
Yeah.
So all of those get to see this one. And I've always really, really loved this.
Yeah, this was when it first came out. This was like, oh, this is cool.
It's always fun to see everybody like replicate it as well. I mean, really for all of them, but I feel like this one I see a lot on the internet.
Yeah,
And so it's always fun. Very cheap.
yes, and this is definitely one of the replicated like that from an artist perspective.
Sure.
Yeah, 100%. Clearly why.
I know people are selling like sticker packs or trying to make it a little easier to do this. Yeah. A lot of really fun things.
I really don't like it because I'm so concerned. It really does.
Gorgeous guitar. Alright, we know this one.
Looks a little familiar, yeah.
Quadrant 2. It made its way from the dressing room to the vault.
Yeah, it's so cool to see.
I do love it. So the next two that I'll show you are the redundant spares to the capo tunings. So either one kind of fluctuates between standard and or drop D.
Yeah.
Given that there's only one song in drop D capo 2,
Yeah.
you know, there's a spare for it in there, but it's
You don't even see it. Sounds
pretty unlikely that we need one. I'll probably need to throw one out tonight. Now that I just said that.
yeah.
But hopefully not, you know. I think the only time this was played, and you would probably remember, you know, it was I Miss You.
Yeah.
Is it one of the stadiums?
It was from the last tour. One of the last shows in the tours, I believe, too.
Yeah.
It was really cool to finally see it. So I don't know. I love this. I love this tours. But I was so happy when Alan Solana, who was the one that painted it, did.
Turned out great.
Yeah, did some stuff for Mark's side as well. Yeah, it looks great. Yeah, so
Solid
cool
guitar.
to see it. Yeah, cool to see it in the vault for sure. For sure.
Yeah, when we don't bring backstage guitars, I do often run this to the room and let him fiddle around with it until showtime, and then I'll retrieve it, bring it back here. But yeah, it's a good one. This is one of the original first four. It's the surf green one. We never really did much to it until Jeff got bored a few months back and took it in the back room somewhere. I forget where we were. And put little drips on it.
Yep.
Again, it's a redundant capo guitar. So really it never sees the stage unless something absolutely horrible goes wrong.
Yeah. And this is just vinyl, like I said.
It is vinyl, yes. Yeah.
You want to create from the gas, but
A little bit of a gap, but not too much, you know.
and it still has the residue, I guess, from the
From the stick, yeah, the tape. I think we thought it looked like a doctor's office with the green. So for a long time, it was called Dr. Fuel,
Oh, nice. Okay.
which it still kind of is. But again, it doesn't really see the stage too much. It's a great guitar though.
Yeah.
You know,
Again, one of the originals.
I used to have a Sasquatch sticker right here at the dot reserve.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because that was like the only thing that was on. It was just the stickers, that, and then the little gaff tape stripes.
Yeah.
And I honestly, I feel like just because it never evolved into something really cool, Tom never really loved it.
Just put the side, I feel like this, you can even get stickers of this, like the vinyl.
Yeah,
It's crazy for people that
give it a try. Do some vinyl.
Yeah. Vinyl gaff is, make a whole new thing.
It looks cool too from far away. You know,
It does, yeah.
people can't tell that the edge isn't very good. You know.
I don't know, but still, especially from far away, it gives this outlook. And he played it once, right? Like as this iteration, I think he played it once.
I probably wanted to give it to him at least one time.
Just to put it on.
You know, sometimes, I feel like sometimes we'll do something, Jeff and I will change up a guitar,
Yeah.
and I won't really tell him it's coming out. And on stage, I give him the guitar to see if he's going to react or do anything.
It's the first time he sees it.
Or he doesn't notice,
Yeah.
which I love.
blinded by the
Did you
lights,
notice
whatever.
that, you know,
Oh, yeah. Nice. Nice.
off to the baritones.
What's big? Like,
This was an afterthought, you know. The guys wanted to add obvious in the set, and that one was always a baritone guitar that he had tuned up to several steps,
Yeah.
which was kind of a funny thing.
Usually it's like a
It would be the standard, yeah. So this is C sharp. And we wanted the longer scale length, obviously, for Adam's song.
Yep.
And it was a pretty cool thing. We did the reverse headstock over here.
how do you when you set them up? How do you so the reverse headstock compared to it's more tricky.
I hate them.
Yeah.
I hate them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they look cool, but it always kind of just trips me up for
Messes
a
you up.
second. Yeah. And you know, the nice thing about Tom's setup is that all the guitars are the same. So as you're restringing them and working on all of them, you really like fall into a rhythm,
It's up.
and it starts to, you know, after the first few, just start to go really fast.
Yeah.
By the time you get to these, it definitely
oh my god.
throws you off just a little
Yeah.
bit.
Nice.
Yeah.
So is this one got a name or?
This one's affectionately called Plaid Pantry 2.
Yeah.
All right, the last guitar. This is the redundant baritone. I guess none of you have seen it.
This is a new one. Yeah, I've not seen this one yet.
I think we have 3 of them. And the 2 that are out with this here, this one's never even seen the stage.
Yeah.
I call it Peach Fuzz.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
It's peach body.
Yeah.
Same, you know, reverse headstock, baritone, scale length.
Is this one of the signature bodies that was used?
You know, I think the 2 baritones are just what you can buy
Yeah.
from like Guitar Center.
Yeah.
The production models, and then Thrasher
Just put up that.
put 2 next to it. Yeah, he built 2 next like it.
Yeah. That's so cool. Yeah. So it's same thing. It is Jimmy Doctor in sharpening case.
I finally got my way of. I really wanted him to do the stainless steel frets, and so the 2 baritones actually have stainless steel frets,
Oh, nice.
which are really
Do you
good.
find that the other ones, the original 4 didn't come out with stainless steel frets? I know. Did you guys have to ever refret them at all, or?
They need fret levels,
Yeah.
which is something I don't really like to do
Yeah.
on the road when you're loading. It's a
Yeah.
little bit more in depth and can take some time.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know, Tom has really worn into some of the frets. Yeah, in a very impressive way. You know, I have guitars that I've had for many, many years that don't have the fret wear, fret bite. Yeah, that some of these that are only 2 years old have. Like,
These presses pretty vertical.
yeah.
I noticed that there's not a lot of like pick wear, like
On this one?
No, like on the other ones. So there was some, but not a ton.
Yeah, I mean,
compared to like
well, compared to the main one, right?
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, that's because that main one gets played pretty much the entire set. And these other ones are coming out for 1 or 2 songs at a time.
Yeah. You know, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool though. Like how it's like inverted compared to your green one. That's super cool.
Also, the one that you can really see the pick wear on is the main standard guitar, the Milo guitar.
Yeah.
And it's really because that sticker is there.
Yeah,
You can see it gouged in,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
Yeah, that's super cool. All right, so Justin, there's a lot going on here. Just looking at it, it's already blown my mind. But maybe let's talk a little bit about the Axe FX3 that you guys are using. Maybe kind of to high level presets of what he's kind of being, what's going on with him.
Yeah, you know, it looks like it's a lot simpler than it seems. So the main sounds, essentially what we did was we made tempo. And so there's a main dirty sound and a main mild sound. And then within a preset, sort of want to treat it like channel fours.
Yeah.
So the signal chain in the preset is the exact same throughout every season.
So I tried to get the okay.
So that means that in the event that he wants reverb or chorus on it, you just turn them up, or delay, or a boxy sound is something that we use a lot. Like the beginning of Reckless, Obvious gets it a lot too. Essentially, it's the dirty sound with the filter on it. So kind of like subdue it a little bit. But I wanted to make it as simple as possible. And so, the 2 main sounds are just pretty consistent throughout the whole thing. Yeah.
So in songs like the acoustic at different role, acoustic at the very one more time.
That one's totally different.
So that one is a little bit different than.
Yeah.
Can you go into a little bit of how what that one is compared to the others?
Well, that one is actually probably the most unique because there's no amp block.
Yeah.
And so essentially it's just a graphic EQ.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Well, there's a couple other little things in there, but in order to try to get an acoustic sound without actually using acoustic was challenging.
Yeah.
And so
have you guys tried acoustic at all? Or just
we tried Acoustasonic a couple times. It didn't really work out. He didn't want to bring an actual acoustic out. So, we just sort of tried to figure it out.
Sounds great. Yeah. But he's like, so on the pedal board itself, or the tour board, so grit, dirty, the difference between the acoustics or like 8 or.
Yeah, so the dirty sound actually is primarily a plexi, a jumped partial plexi, and a Soldana 88.
Yeah.
And those are running parallel with one another.
Yeah.
And then the clean sounds is a custom audio amplifier, the CA3 Plus, mixed with a Fender DeLonge.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so some of the grit sounds we get from, instead of using that custom audio amplifier, we throw in a AC30. And so the AC30, the top boost IR jumps out a handful of times in some of the presets. But for the most part, it's just those 2 sounds.
That's it. Okay. And then when you want to get any sort of like effects, like chorus, it's just a chorus or something.
The chorus, we use the Japanese C2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or at least After Effects version of that.
Yeah.
Some of the phase pedals things get switched around here and there, but for the most part, it's just a script 90.
Okay.
You know, their take on the MXR. Hard to really go wrong with that.
Yeah.
You
And
know.
the last pedal there, the Triple X.
Oh yes, yeah. I actually pulled this up because this is the most presets that we have in any song.
And that's Anthem 3.
This is Anthem 3. Yeah. And a lot of it's just like dirty flangers, so that's just the dirty sound with the flanger block turned on. Clean glass is essentially a heavy chorus and drowned in a good amount of plate reverb.
That's nice.
The boxy sound is just the dirty sound with the filter on it, you know. But yeah, the Triple X sound, that was something that became part of every single preset. As I switched to this, you'll see that that's going to be the only one that stays there.
Thank you. Yeah,
As you can see.
it is the Triple X, yeah.
So, essentially, Tom really likes to do pick slides. No surprise there.
Yeah.
We're receiving program changes from Playback World, and so in order to sort of figure out how to get them to change for him to do a pick slide, which was a problem that was never going to be solved, because who knows when he's going to start to do one. You know, it'd be so sad if we programmed all these things and it's still a clean sound as he starts to do it. So we just decided that there was no way that we could actually plan this out and have it work. So essentially, this is on every single preset because this is just the dirty sound.
Yeah.
And it's always it's just the dirty sound.
Okay.
So it's like in every single preset, as you can see, the order here is going to change. Clean and dirty, stuff like that. So in order to get around that, I said I'm going to put a red button on the bottom corner of every preset, so no matter where you're at, if you want to do it inside, just a clean sound. If you're playing ICU and you want to do a big lead into the more anthemic part, you can reach over and you always know to click the red button, and that's always going to take you to the dirty. So then as soon as the top of the bar hits where it would normally catch back over, it just switches to that and you can't hear the difference because it's the exact same.
Hey, cool.
Yeah.
That should be, yeah, that's awesome. So, are you switching it aside from, one more time, you're switching out of the presets, all of, like, the actual presets themselves, the dirty, it's like, there's no difference in tone, any, it's just wherever they lay out in the song.
Yeah. And whatever sound starts the song.
Yeah, so if it's like, even if so, like, if family reunion was up there, so that's just dirty, that's if there's no other bites, yes, and that's why the basics is crazy.
Yeah. And then,
Just holding up right here. Okay.
so you see here, he still has the option of
Just to
switching between the two, even though you never need to.
No.
Just for,
But it's always there. Definitely there. So you have two aspects, so basically every case watch it goes down, something happens, you always have back up.
Also, there's two boards too. Let's finish with the board control. I'll have one this week in case he does feel like going rogue and wants to click through some different sounds.
Yeah.
He does have the ability to override the program changes. Also, if for any reason our playback world goes down, that's why I have this board here so that I can manually switch everything for you.
Yeah.
Also, it's just really nice to be able to see what's happening up here without having to stare down at the screen, you know.
Yeah. So what he has out there, that's identical from here. So if he gets
Sort of. Oh, yeah.
you'll see it on here, so you know exactly what's
Yeah,
happening.
so they're mirrored images of one another.
Right.
So if I switch something, he sees it out there, or if he does it, I'll see it over here.
Nice. And you program all of them. Like you just like right here.
And each one, you know, has a different layout depending on what the song is. He didn't need this large of a board, so he actually has the FC6 out there.
Yeah.
And so he's got a different layout, which kind of lives within these top three.
Yeah.
And then the triple X button's always at the bottom.
Same thing, just
Yeah.
Yep. That's cool.
And then talking about this over here,
Being not
essentially, it's just we use the Shure 84Q wireless system.
Yeah.
And it jumps into the JX44 version 2.
And each one has backups for
Yeah, so the reason why, these are just redundant here, and it's wired in the back in a way that if this is to go down, it will only take me 20 seconds to quickly drop all of the cabling down. Now, some of the more important stuff over here, I wouldn't have to change anything. I can just hit a button, and we're now on the redundant access pads. So the signal path goes from the wireless to the signal manager, and then it comes out of these two outputs and into each Axe effects independently. And so as he's playing, both of these are receiving signal at the same time. And you'll see like all of the output blocks kind of lighting up at the same time.
Yeah.
Then essentially they're fed into the radial backtrack box, which has 4 inputs and 2 outputs. And this thing acts as a gate in between the two. So this little box, this
to our stage rack or whatever one they're going to be using.
Yeah, so if this for some reason glitches or turns off, hit one button and now you're hearing the spinner. Yeah. And so then it feeds out through the backtrack into the 5211, the name 3, and then out with different notes.
Okay, so really it's
very simple.
It's a very simple rig. It looks
complex. Over here too, some of the other fun stuff is there's a UPS here, the fervent UPS.
Yeah.
Which is an uninterrupted power source.
So yeah.
So if we lose power or if anything happens, we can still actually finish the show without any power at all. And this will power the whole rig for I think 90 movies.
Okay. Wow.
And then a battery charger if you care about the environment.
Love it.
The strings come from our lovely friends at Ernie Ball. Tim Dove, who's an extremely generous friend of ours, is our guy over there, and
Sets you guys up?
yeah, he's big.
Yeah.
I don't know if they actually make these now or what, but back in Angels, we kind of figured out a custom set of strings that we really liked, and so Ernie Ball was just making their own packages like that and sending this,
Before the skinny top heavy level,
Yeah.
so tends to.
Yeah, so this
That's
is
for salt. For you guys?
Yeah, and the Wound G was new, I think, when I first came around, because I was having a hard time keeping the guitars in tune.
Yeah.
Particularly that string, just position of how he's playing, and I thought, why not try to use the Wound G,
Yeah.
which he absolutely loves.
Yeah. Works a lot.
Yeah, 52, 42.
Is this what you're using on the baritones as well?
No. So the baritones.
Yes.
Just a lot of all the night.
Just the classic. Yeah, but just
7213. The main guitars, though, we love the Paradigm.
yeah.
That's right.
They can take it.
They can take a beating. I feel like they're staying in tune a little bit better.
It is actually classic.
And people say they last longer, but these guitars get restrung every day anyway, so that doesn't really.
That was my next question. Is how could you restring like
Every day.
every day?
Every day. Not the spares.
But to me,
Yeah.
well, but nice. Great.
It takes a while. It's fun.
I was gonna say, I'm sure it might take. Keeps it.
I guess.
So this.
That word.
Gotcha. Custom dumb lock kits.
So these are fun. Fun
Those are
photos.
cool. Huh. Those are actually really cool. Later.
This used to be a rare pick that we actually didn't give out. Yeah, we weren't really giving these out very often.
So
Until summer tour was over. Dated picks. so you can see 2024 over here.
Nice.
So now I have this many
That's it.
picks that'll never get given away. You know, I go sit in a rub case forever. No, that's not it. There's tons of pictures.
I was gonna say,
He goes through a lot on stage all the time. I don't know if you've noticed that.
I have, yeah.
I get to run out there and refill it,
I thought he was gonna.
and it's always fun. I got kind of a good collection here with all the old ones here.
Sugar.
A lot.
Mark,
I have the breath.
Oh,
60. I got 60. Just 60 customized photo or pictures on them and the albums.
nothing fancy.
It works.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
he goes through them quite fast too. There's some times where he'll play a few songs and I'll go up and pick one up off the floor and it's sharpened to the edge of the pit.
Becomes dangerous.
Yeah.
So you have, I guess, like when it's on stage, it's just typically you felt like all the.
No. I usually just
Just
keep it simple with one design. Yeah.
super odd.
It bothers me if it doesn't look right. You know, if they're all mismatched.
Yeah, ULCD kicks in and
Absolutely.
yeah, and I don't.
I think that's part of the gig. You have to have those.
Yeah. Well, Justin, again, thank you so much for taking us through the guitars, taking us through all of this. Truly appreciate everything that you know with
My
guys done
pleasure.
for the community, and it's been amazing. So thank you so much for taking the time and. Anything else you want to say before we sign off?
Enjoy the show.
Love it.